Welcome. I would like to introduce to you our interactive flat panel display. So this is an 86-inch display that comes with inbuilt camera and microphone. You can have an option without the camera and microphone. This unit also has like a magnetic stylus on one side and one power button. And on the further side, you have a sliding bezel where you can show your ports, the front ports of the display. Then on the back and at the bottom, there are different ports on the display. So this display has like some good sounding speakers. So I'll just open to play like some sounds for your reference. So this is based on Android 13 and the motherboard is RK3588. There are different features that it has that I'll go through in the presentation. So on the further side, we have like the source ports where you can access the different the ports on the display, and you can also easily go to the OPS PC from this point. So with the click of the button, you can interchange into the OPS. And on the further side, you also have an option that you can use to go to the OPS. And on the center part, you have the applications menu where you can then access the different applications that are installed on the display. Apart from this, you can also install your own applications from the Play Store. And on either side of the display, you have quick shortcut menus and tools that you can easily use to navigate on the display. So I'll go through the different functions which are there. So for example, we have like the mark option. So with this, you can, let's say you have a document which is open, you can highlight on that specific document and then either select to save the file, or if you want to insert something else onto the file, you can insert on it, or you can actually upload it to the cloud, like OneDrive or Google Drive. If you choose to save this, you can save it. Then it will be saved onto the display, and then you can easily be able to find it on the display. So now this is the screenshot that we took just now that you can easily access on the display. You also have the option for a camera. So this display comes with an auto tracking camera and auto framing. So it supports moving, like let's say if you have individuals in the meeting room, and it can frame and zoom them in the frame of the display. So as you can see, it's focusing on me. Apart from this, so you also have the option for fast transfer. So if you want to transfer, let's say a picture or a file, so you can easily open your mobile phone and then scan the QR code and open the link. And then you can select an option to select like the pictures, the files, or the text. Like you can just select what you want to pick up. So for example, I'll open the camera, and then I'll take an image of the screen. Then okay, so I'll push it to the display. Then the display will receive it, and then you can choose either to import it to whiteboard, save it onto the display, or delete it. So if you select, then let's say import on whiteboard, so it will import the file on the whiteboard. So now the file is on the whiteboard. Then you can then work on this on this file. Also, you have the option to, like, for screen recording. So you can have the screen recording option, and then you can select if you the resolution on how when it's recording, either in HD, full HD, or 4K, and then you can select where to save it, and then click on record, and then record the, let's say if it's like the presentation, you can just do this from there. You also have option to crop, or to select a certain area and then save the file. Then it will save it onto the display, so you can then be able to access where it's saved, and then either import it to the whiteboard or share it to the students. You also have a timer. You can lock the screen. You also have other options. Let's say you can have the calendar open, so you can open the calendar. You can have the option to have picture in picture, so this display does support this. And on this picture in picture option, let's say if you have like other devices connected to the HDMI, or like DP or VGA or Type-C port, you can just select on that specific display or that specific thing. So if there's a signal coming through, it will pop up. So in picture mode, so you can actually enable the touch option, so that you're able to control, let's say, the OPS PC. So for example, in this case, I can then be able to touch on the OPS PC and be able to control the content on this. And you can also enable the sound. Let's say if there's a sound playing from that specific side, you can actually have this play, or you can just disable this, minimize, and have this showing, and you can move it either side of or anywhere on the screen. You also have like, you can have a mini player. So let's say if you have content that you want to play, you have there. Apart from this, you can increase the brightness of the screen directly from here, or the audio of the screen you can control from the shortcut on the screen. You also have the option to open like the quick settings, where you can also access the different ports on the display. And also you can go to the advanced settings. Let's say if it's a preset settings, so you can easily just select, let's say if it's a meeting room, you can have it pre-configured so that you can easily adjust this to specific needs. You also are able to then open and see what's open, preview it, and then close it. I have the whiteboard, so you can open the whiteboard menu. We have different functions that we have, so I'll quickly go through the functions which are present. You have the first 4 options are either to open, save, or create a new file that you can then work on the display. You can also import an image, PDF, SVG, or a whiteboard file. Let's say you've worked on something, you can save it so that you can later continue working on it. And you can export the same file formats that previously mentioned. You can also export, let's say, to the cloud. So if you have a Google Drive or OneDrive, you can create an account and then easily upload the worked file to this. You can also change the theme of the whiteboard. So you can change the template, so to have it like lines or like math box, or you can have the background to change the background of the display. You also have the option to send, let's say, an email directly from the display to the specific recipients. And you can also have the option to change like some settings into the whiteboard. You also have the option to select. So for this option, let's say if you write something like this, you can then click on select, then have it selected, and you can change the color of this, or with Smart Write, it will automatically detect the content that you wrote. And you can actually go on Google to search, let's say if it's connected to the internet, to then search on that specific, if it's a word or anything of that sort, you can then just search on that word. You can flip, clone, or delete the specific word that you'd have written. You have the option for the pen, and with the pen you have, let's say if you have a stylus pen that has two heads, you can actually change the colors. So for example, we have the small pen to be black and the bigger pen to be red. So you can have this option enabled. And you also have different pen options that you can select from, and you can change the pen thickness, then the pen colors as well. You can change. On top of this, you can erase the content that you'd have written, and you can actually increase the size or decrease the size of your eraser. You can also have the option to erase everything that you'd have worked on the board. You also have some math tools that you can add. So for example, I can add a ruler, and when I write on it, it will also measure the distance of what I wrote. And you can easily just, if you don't need it anymore, you can easily close it. And you can also add like different other math tools that you can add. You can also add like some shapes, so either 2D or 3D. So these are like 3D, and you can also have 2D shapes added onto the display. You can split the display into 3 different components. So you can have the colors selected, so I'll use yellow and red, and you can also change the thickness of the pen. So I'll use the middle pen here, then this side I'll use a slightly bigger pen. So this can be, so 3 different individuals can write on the board without interfering with each other. And you also have the option to create a table, so you can create and insert a table into the whiteboard and then work on this. You also have the mind map. So in the mind map you can actually write. And you can add different mind maps, and you can also preview, let's say the full page. You can just preview on what you have worked on, so it just shrinks up the full page for you to be able to see what's on the board. You have the option to add also like a sticky note. On preview you can then move like the file, then get back to the board again to write, then select the preview option to see like what you've worked on. Then you can have like a grid inserted, then you can just write on this. Then you have the option to do or undo like what you'd have worked on. And you can also add different page numbers on the display. So let's say now we have about 6 pages opened, and these you can then easily share to the individuals in the school. You also have an option for browser to access like different files on the display, or if they are on the cloud, you can just easily access them directly from here. So if you click on cloud, so you can just add the cloud or the account that you have, and then be able to use this. You also have the option to screen share, so your mobile phone, tablet, PC, you can wirelessly share to the display. And you can also have option to go to the settings, where you can then change different settings or customize the display according to how you need. So you can have these Wi-Fi, the hotspot on or off, the Bluetooth. You can also have like the background, the wallpaper, or the screensaver to change this. You also have the option to, let's say this specific model has like a microphone inbuilt, so you can either turn it off. For example, you can turn it off so that it doesn't have any access. You can also change or access the system's settings. So for example, if you want to see the storage, you can be able to see this. This says 256 gig of storage. And you also be able to see the Android version and which motherboard is on the display.